O life, of the questions sufficient for me. When he asks how can they learn to love what he has.
A lot of places, but I'm not seeing a lot of church. A lot of that doesn't end up church just because you keep going to a building on a Sunday morning and thinking and hoping things happen in your life, but you don't have this thing called obedience in your life where you actually do the things that you're led to do. Man, there's just too much of that. And then when I come back here, holy smokes, is it a fresh shot in the arm every time? And to be able to, stay here as our family and still call this our church home and be a part of it and not be a founding pastor that has to get out of Dodge. And really who determines that is you guys. That you're big enough and your eyes are on God enough that it was never about people or persons, in this mix, that just a faith that's chasing after God and going after him is amazing. So I'm just so excited. I was at a district board meeting. I'm on the West Michigan district board as well. And our district is incredible. Like, it's not really a district and we're not really a church. We're people following Jesus, a part of a movement. And what's cool about our body is it's a movement thing. And what's cool about our district is it's a movement thing. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of a body that's in the movement and a district that's in a movement, because the movement's got to spread. And that's what it has to be about. God's redemptive will moving in and through our lives to just see all the lives in the landscape of our lives be reached by the truth that God has for us. So awesome to be here. And I was just thinking of I want to say something about Jason, because he's been out of it with his dad and in and off, and again since taking over really in October in the transition or whenever that officially happened. How's that going? And I was like, I want to say something about how he's doing, and that kind of give my opinion and let you guys all know what I think of that. And I was like, you probably don't really care. But what really captured my mind immediately is I just thought of how hard Jason's trying. That if you don't know, I don't really want to say how good he's doing. I don't really want to say, hey, thanks, Carrie. I don't want to say how bad he's doing if he's doing bad, or how good he's doing if he's doing. The dude is trying like a madman to follow God in his life and to stay close to him, to lead his family and to expand his family. That this trying thing was like what first came to my mind. If you don't get that, and I think we get that because it's pretty evident, but just effort in the trying that he is doing and leading us as a body, the team around him, the leaders of Impact. How are the leaders of Impact doing right now? How are those who serve, and really those that are in the core and the committed that make us up as a body? Man, everyone's thinking, trying. Like mad men and mad women trying to find Jesus in their life and trying to offer Jesus through their life in a crazy way. And I think that's why we are the body that we are, that it's been this trying culture. There is a culture of trying around here, and God can do what he's doing anywhere on planet Earth, like what he's doing around here, when people try. They try to live it out like it's prescribed in the word, and we really go after it like we're called to go after it. And whether we really do good or bad, that does not matter as much as if we're trying. I don't want to know how good you are or how bad you are. How hard will you try? That's who we want on our team. That's who we want in our lives. That's who we want in our platoon or back to us when we're in battle for our life and our marriage and maybe our home and justice issues in our community where there's brokenness and we know something has to be done about that. We want that, trying culture, and to be that as we move deeper into the story God's writing for us. And luckily, I guess it would be his plan, not luck, but that this second chance deal is the reality of the story. We just get another shot all the time, if we choose it, to keep living it again for what God wants for us, for what he has for us. No matter where we are on the map, we can always move towards it and get closer to it. And that's an exciting thing. Our passage today just keys right into that in a very cool way. We're in Deuteronomy. If you're keeping up with the reading, you should have just completed that. How many people have completed and kind of been, for the most part, on course with the reading plan that we've been collectively committed to as a body around here? Raise your hand. That's decent. That's decent. And if you did, you just finished Deuteronomy. We were talking about this in my men's group this morning, met at Kaiser's, and what we banded together to do this series and stuff, and just identified, man, you should be through Deuteronomy now, which is a big deal. That's like you've completed the Torah, the books of the law, the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible that everything hangs on. You read that. Like, that's crazy in our day. It's sad in our day, but that is crazy in the day that if you've read that much Bible, you've read more than most Americans read of any, read any kind of literature over the course of the year, but let alone like God's word and letting that get into your life and your life get into it on that kind of a basis. That's a big deal. And so, that's kind of where we are on this journey. We're in just completed Deuteronomy, the Torah, which is that law, and the Pentateuch, those first 5 books of the Bible, all saying, all kind of referring to the same thing. And Jason, why I kind of came to his mind for this message was this specific passage we're talking about tonight. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verses 11 through 20. We're kind of covering that whole gamut, but really 11 through 14 to 16, 17, 18.
saying, Lord, behold, he whom you love is sick. And when Jesus heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it.